Garage again. We don't have a song opener. We just come on.
Oh, yeah.
We already in here.
Yeah, we missed a whole week. Weather was crazy.
Crazy.
But we back. Special playoff edition Saturday.
Braving the elements.
Quick recap. What happened last week in football?
Man, everything. Playoffs started. It was wild. The Cowboys got smoked. Green Bay looked great, by the way. Jordan Love. I said this summer they were going to have a better season than the Jets. And they did. But
you thought Aaron was playing, but it still happened.
I didn't think he was going to play.
Oh, didn't?
That was part of my prediction. And I don't think he's going to make it through a whole season anymore. You saw him what he looked like in 2022.
Yeah.
I think that's him. But that's how it went. They got smoked. That was a surprise of the weekend. Everybody else won at home.
The Browns lost.
Well, they were on the road, and they haven't looked good against a team with their regular quarterback.
He said Texas was going to win.
Houston had their regular quarterback, and the Browns defense looked like it does.
Bills game got moved to Monday.
And they got scared. Pittsburgh would have beat them Sunday. That's my excuse. But no, the Bills just was Pittsburgh made too many mistakes, and the Bills were just too much.
Rams lost by 1.
Rams lost. I thought.
Good game.
Good game. Good game. Detroit was a little too much. Those field goals, that was the difference in the game. Detroit was getting those, even though they only scored touchdowns early, they got those 3 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. And the Rams settled for 3 field goals.
They did.
So if one of those would have been touchdowns, the Rams have 27 points. Mm-hmm. And we don't know what happens from there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But they bailed Detroit out.
They were playing keep away, basically, at the end. Make sure the Rams don't get the ball back because
we're
going to lose this game if they get it back one more time.
Right, and they did a good job running it out. But the Rams had ample time.
They did.
They had the ball enough times to score.
But they kept on doing, yeah.
And to touch on the Lions on a tangent, y'all remember back in the day, the black quarterback was a big thing. It was an issue. It was a topic or whatnot. And then when Doug Wings won the Super Bowl, he said somebody asked him, "How long have you been a black quarterback?" I don't remember how Doug answered it, but it was one of them questions that went down to infamy. Like, what are you talking about? Well, this past week, it was a reporter asking the Tampa Bay coach a question, and she said, "Well, how do you think the weather in Detroit is going to affect you guys coming out of such? And the coach was like, Detroit plays in the dome, right? So I don't think he handled it like a pro. He's like, I don't think the weather's going to affect us for the first 20 seconds from getting on the bus and to get into the building, but I think we'll be okay." He took it like a champ. You know what I mean?
Right.
He took it like a champ. So when LA went to Detroit, obviously it was no weather. We got to see a good playoff game, elimination football game. It's like baseball. Elimination game is the greatest thing you can have.
This is not the greatest thing you can have. Whatever we're drinking on today, no sponsors.
It's called punch in the face.
God damn.
Hey man, everybody not from Beachwood. You know y'all a small minority. Everybody don't go to France to have a drink and a mimosa or whatever her name is.
Well, they should.
You know what I'm saying?
This right here.
A lot of cats watching this from the streets. You got something that's 59% alcohol. You good?
Hey. The cats from the street, if they knew what like I said, I don't like shouting out any nonsense.
That's why it's popular.
This shit is terrible.
If you say something, all you do is give them an endorsement rather than doing bad, right?
But this is just as bad as the shit I brought last week.
What stuff?
The stuff that I brought was it
99%?
Yeah,
99%.
Yeah.
Well, that's what 85%. What is that?
That's how bad we were trying to get to as bad. That was the whole point of that.
I was hustling upstream and shit.
I will be bringing more, but this is terrible. Just so that people know the pain that I'm going through.
Hey, you want some oranges to go with you?
No, I'm good.
You want some champagne, Ripple? What you want?
Champagne.
Hey, also last week, Unique died. Then they started the co-op because last week they started the co-op. That was the start of the little co-op.
Yeah,
it's almost like
Oh, we're gonna get into
the wire.
We're gonna get into that in a little bit we finished these playoffs, but that's bananas.
Pascal Siakam got traded to the Pacers for a bunch of nobody knows who else was in that trade.
Do they help them score more, or does they help their defense with Pascal?
Help them score more efficient scorer.
So they
right now, all they're doing is running, like we talked about earlier.
There's a high scoring offense. Now they're gonna be a higher scoring offense.
More efficient, less
There you go.
Better percentage scorer, shooter,
especially inside because he shoots a lot inside.
There you go. Oh, random. We talking about scoring in basketball. I was talking to 40 last week, and I said, "Oh my goodness, they let you do this." So, say you take, if you are wagering on a game, and you don't know the side, but you like the total. So you take the total over. Just example, you take total over. That's fine if it goes over, but a lot of times, especially in college, because a college over and under at halftime is less than if you multiply it by 2. Whereas in the NBA, the halftime total is more than if you double it. So if the college basketball game goes over the first half, you almost home for the second half. Well, you can parlay the first half over with the total over and knock 2 birds out with 1 stone. Now, they don't give you the real money. I did this morning, and instead of getting 2.6 times your money, you're only getting 1.3. You're only getting 1.43 times your money, but it's plus money.
Yeah, and the odds don't change.
The odds.
So it's like that parlay thing where you betting on a bunch of favorites because your odds don't really increase.
Well, what happens is, say I take a basketball game over, it's going to pay minus 110.
Mm-hmm.
But if I parlay it with another thing, normally it takes it from minus 110 to where you get 2.6 times your money.
Right.
2 minus 110.
But when you
2
do
minus 110 make 2.6. Everything else.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm saying when they do it like that.
But when they do it like that, they don't give you that whole thing. But if it's going to go over, a lot of times it'll go over because it went over the first half and second half. So I did that this morning, and it worked out beautiful. It was like free money. So you get plus 143 for just doing what you're going to do anyway. You understand? That's just a random.
I don't want to get novice gamblers into throwing parlays together, but that's a good note because
that's a lick.
When you start doing parlays,
that's a lick.
I always
you
say
stuck in the game, man.
With parlays, usually with a parlay, you win a lot of bets and no money.
Right.
You do a 5-team parlay. Damn, I won 3 games, but you got no money.
Nothing. 4.
You win 4.
Hey, I know 4 out of 5, but you're breadless.
Yeah, that's usually what a parlay equals. A lot of games, no money.
Let's see. The caucus was on Monday. The Iowa Caucus was on Monday. And your man won in a landslide.
Yeah. I didn't see the point of that. I don't see the point of the Iowa Caucus.
What do you know the origins of the Iowa Caucus?
Yeah, and I don't understand it. I know the origins, but I don't think it matters as much as I think it's good ratings for TV.
Yeah,
back in the press days, it's good ratings for your press if you're trying to get papers out.
Yes,
but how many electoral votes does Iowa have?
That's the thing.
They tried to change it.
They're trying to say that this is the pulse.
Yeah,
because
the Midwest, but they tried to change it. And they Iowa acted a fool because they wanted to change it to one of the northeast states. Mm-hmm. Iowa acted a fool. And that was just about 5 months ago.
I believe the origin is the continuous 48 states. Iowa was like in the middle. Mm-hmm. So they just chose that to pick between such and such candidates. It's not so divisive as it is now with Trump and this and that. It was before you had 2 or 3 candidates. You'll get a pulse, and they go New Hampshire, then they go South Carolina. I don't know what the math is on that. But Iowa's because it's in the middle of the country.
Right.
The electoral vote for the college is not that much, so it just starts there. It's in the middle of the country, almost like the
not really
something to write about, something to put on TV.
Yeah, it's like the NFL draft. They have it in Indianapolis. It's geographically, as far as all the NFL cities, kind of in the middle, so they just have it there. You know what I mean? So. And it's indoors, so it's,
And just like the NFL draft,
I think they do because they
nothing
go
until they get on the field.
Exactly. Yeah,
Because the combine and all that stuff is around there.
It does eliminate people, though. It does eliminate candidates from that particular party when they don't show well in Iowa.
Right, but I'm just saying those candidates didn't show well anyway.
Because your other boy dropped out after that.
Yeah. I mean, because I think the Republican Party started out with 12 candidates.
But they
by the time they got to Iowa,
win.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they started out with 12.
I get it.
And then by the time they got to Iowa and the funding ran out or the whatever they
4 we knew. I don't know if they had.
You got a big 3.
We knew 4, right? And
now how many are left?
It's technically 3. But Nikki Haley, when she got past DeSantis, she said, "You know what? I'm not debating no more unless Trump's on stage. So cut all it out because she ain't got to worry about DeSantis no more. His personality is so horrible. Right. He was before he ran, he had comparable numbers to Trump. He was a new, younger version of Trump. Then I tried to out Trump, but he don't have. Trump has a personality that's actually entertaining, if anything else. But DeSantis doesn't. I mean, just the
opposite. Cachet. He came in the game with almost. You know what I'm saying? With something already.
Yeah.
DeSantis is brand. He coming out. You know.
He just looks like a hate, and all the people that ride with that hate that he has or projects, they like him.
Yeah.
But they already got a candidate with that same hate.
Yep.
They just want a younger version.
Yeah, they don't want this
of
guy.
Trump, but this ain't the guy.
This ain't the guy. The only thing he comes across as a guy full of hate, ready for a culture war. I'm not saying that's what he's about, but that's what it looks like.
Yep.
And those people are like, well, why would we got? That's what Trump does.
We got that in a better version. Why would we go this way?
What they figured was, okay, Trump's in trouble. We need a replacement. We need somebody to capture the hearts, just like Trump. So if he gets railroad, boom, we got somebody to fill in. But that's not what's working out for him. Florida, you can't do that to Disney. That's everybody in the world loves Disney World. You're over there trying to make sure they leave the state.
Well, we are gentlemen of the garage.
Is Florida rich like that? No, they're not. California, they're
other
not
than
Texas.
Disney World.
So if you take Disney World away,
boom.
Now you get a hurricane and you're begging for money.
It was in the 70s, 80s. It was Disney World and cocaine.
Yeah.
And they stopped the cocaine.
But
everything in Miami is straight for cocaine.
Yeah, Miami, Arizona. I mean Phoenix, Miami. Yeah. When we were growing up, those cities those cities weren't like they are now.
Right.
No. Phoenix was not in a position, and then there's the trade of a certain type of substances that start flowing money through those areas.
When the bank got all of that money,
they
did a lot with it.
They did a lot with it.
But DeSantis is playing his cards wrong because of no reason. I mean, come on, man.
In full disclosure, this is Gentlemen in the Garage, and we live and direct. And because of the weather conditions, instead of filming at night, we're filming daytime. So throughout the adjacent windows, you may see snow-related activities outside. Pay no mind.
But they can see that we're really in the garage.
We're in the garage for real.
They get the full effect of the
Stuff
garage.
is going on for real. Hey, but DeSantis said something, and I just seen this morning. It reminded me. DeSantis was over there, and he was talking to the black lady on Fox, who thinks she's above everybody anyway. Yeah. He's like, with slavery. DeSantis said with slavery, a lot of they learn a lot of skills they can use once they.
Right. No storage. You good?
We good?
Yeah, the video cut out.
Pause the audio. Pause the audio.
And in continuation, DeSantis fell off because when he was still governor and he was dodging it if he's going to run or not. He was 50-50 as far as his constituents. Like, he may be able to beat Trump. He started opening his mouth. And he went on Fox and told the lady that slaves learned skills that they can use once they secured their freedom. At least they had skills that they learned when they were slaves. And the lady was just like, what did you just say? He was over there doing wild stuff, telling little kids he's at a state fair, and this kid had a slushie, and the kid was like, he was like, that has a lot of sugar in it. He just weird. He's just a weird dude. So he just started dropping the polls to the point where Nikki outtook him. Now Nikki is in second place, so now of course Trump attacks Nikki because that's not her. That's her middle name. Her real name is an Indian traditional name, which I'm not going to try to pronounce. But he put it up like it was some horrible non-American name. It's not American. She's Indian. You know what I mean?
Well, she's Native American.
No, she's Indian from India.
Okay. I thought she was Native American.
So Nikki is her middle name. But her first name, I'm not going to pronounce it because I don't want to screw it up. Her last name is something I'm not going to pronounce. I don't want to screw it up.
The racist in his base will love that.
Oh, yeah. And they took that like they never heard it before. Like, how you not
he was waiting for that. He knocked out his opponent that he really wanted. He got DeSantis out of there. You know DeSantis is done. Now it's like, oh, look, you know what I'm going to say? He knew what he was going to say immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah.
And that's what he going to say. That's what he gonna say in the woods.
Immediately.
Did crazy today, man.
You got snow activities outside. Survival of the fittest right now. You know what I'm saying? Survival of the fittest.
So that's a wrap up for last week. Now we gotta zoom right back into this week, baby.
Yeah, back into this week. So who we got left? We got Houston after their impressive win. They're going to Baltimore. It was week 1, but they played Baltimore tough in Baltimore.
It was actually 75 and sunny though, so today
that's when we knew that he would be all right. Because the Heisman Trophy winner didn't play well,
right?
And we're like, and he played well. Like, okay, they picked the wrong person.
Mm-hmm. That was the first glimpse.
Right? Yeah, that was the first glimpse of his climb to greatness.
They have to get pressure on Lamar.
Yeah,
that's the only thing they did.
The right pressure
last week.
Because if you had the wrong pressure,
yeah,
and he's out there dancing. He out there dancing with you. You're in trouble. He can rush 150 on you.
Right, you're right. You gotta get pressure in his face and contain him.
Yeah.
Now they beat Cleveland last week.
Two parts.
What's the Texans DBs gonna look like against Baltimore's receivers?
That's if they get pressure, I think they'll look good. I'm not too sold on Baltimore's receivers. I like Zay Flowers, the young boy.
And that's what
he got wiggle.
He does, but I'm not after him. And they're tight ends. I love Likely.
Right.
That dude is, and of course,
the other one's not playing.
He's not playing.
No, he's not playing.
Okay, so then yeah.
So it's Likely by himself.
But you got Likely, and then you got Zay. If they don't pressure him, the other dudes get open too.
Yeah. That's the whole thing when you play in Baltimore.
Yeah, Bateman and because you just
OBJ, he'll run around. Give him enough time, he'll get open somehow.
Yeah, OBJ is crafty. He still got juice, and if you give Lamar, Lamar can extend plays and kill you. So, and that running game, we didn't even mention that. So,
because they dropped Melvin Gordon and added Cook to the roster.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, they got fresh Dalvin Cook.
Fresh. And if he anything like that, then you really in trouble. He might not. You can blitz all you want to. He might not even be in passing down.
That's true. If you get him eating up with guts.
He'll go over there play action. You never. If you get play action jumping, you can't get the pressure on.
Can't do nothing to him. So, we'll save our picks, but Houston got a tall task.
What's the math on the rest versus rust? With them having a week off. We need 2 weeks off.
Yeah, I always like rest.
Yeah, some of them might be.
I've seen a lot of disasters.
And they're all right now.
I've seen Jacksonville go to Denver and beat them. I've seen a lot.
Back in '96.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of rest part, especially 2 weeks rest. Because they didn't play nobody 2 weeks ago. And
the type of quarterback he is, there's no rust on shaking people up.
And they're not a finesse team. A lot of those rested teams were more finesse and got punched in the mouth. Those years Indianapolis rested.
Yeah.
Sometimes those teams just got punched in the face.
Yeah. Right, they run first.
And it wasn't.
And then if somebody's open with passes, so they hitting you with a hammer.
Yeah.
A hammer wants rust.
Right. Those physical teams want that rest though, because they bringing it to you. So
out of the 4 games this weekend, you already made y'all pick for one of them. Let's continue.
We haven't made a pick yet. The next,
we broke it down.
we broke down the offensive side. We couldn't break down
didn't break
Houston's
down
offensive
Houston
side
side.
also, and what they need to do. But we
Who's
broke down.
playing after that? Is it San Francisco, Green Bay tonight?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, that's today. That's today.
That one is almost the same thing.
Bosa ain't hurt, is he? Bosa good, right?
I think he's playing. Yeah, I didn't hear he was out.
Yeah.
Cause you speed Love up. It's a whole different hop. I mean, last week they had cats running butt naked all through Dallas defense. They
That
was butt
running
naked.
game. That running game. killed them.
They was butt naked. It was the one play, the tight end did a crossing route and nobody followed him, and he threw a punt up. He had to stop, wait, almost tripped, caught it, looked around. Nobody still. He was what they say. He was the most open as anybody in the history of this season.
No, they said the history of since they had the thing out.
Yeah.
He was
Well,
the
they
most
ran
tracks.
the play fake because Jones had been killing them. So they went like that to Jones, and the guys came up, and he was just right
He
behind
just ran
them.
across him and right
So
there.
he ran boom,
A crossing route.
and then
Yeah.
he crossed low and then curled out. That was the route. So when he crossed low, nobody paid attention to him.
No,
and
they
then he
was
spread
looking at
out.
Jones.
And then he was all alone for like 10 minutes
Like
when
10
he
minutes.
curled out.
Hey, like 10 minutes.
And that ball was about 10 minutes
Yeah,
out
he threw
there.
a punt out there like, oh my
He had
God.
to turn around, catch it. He looked around, still wasn't nobody around, and then he ran in.
Yeah. So Aaron Jones was killing him, though.
Yeah, he was.
I think Green Bay has a shot against San Francisco.
If
I'm not making my
Aaron
pick
Jones,
yet.
if Aaron Jones was killing him.
But
Yeah.
I just...
But that's the
Green Bay's
thing.
defense got to show up again physically. If they can make San Francisco pass without the linebackers, if their front can stop that run game, I think it's. I'm not making my pick, but I think it could be a wrap.
How do they do that, though? I don't know
They got to
those
score
special-
first.
They got to man up.
I don't know those special players on Green Bay defense.
That's what I'm saying.
Except for the light skinned dude to play cornerback. He wild.
Savage. Look at a couple. Look at a couple.
You talking about 20 Alexander?
Yeah.
Jair.
He vicious ceilings. But
That front seven has to show up.
And he could only take one person, so that's Ayuk. So
right.
who's taking the other two
Who
Right.
take-
at wide receiver?
them linebackers have to be free to drop back because for one, Brock Purdy does not only just Brock Purdy, but that offense in general. So I'm talking about Bill Walsh and I'm talking about Shanahan. They do not want to throw outside. They love that middle. So if you can get them linebackers coming up, that just leaves Brock Purdy to just let that thing go over the middle with that accuracy he has. But if the linebackers drop, make it a tougher throw. But you can't let Brock Purdy just sit there and eat you up between the hash marks. If you can't stop the run, you can't do that.
And if you can't stop the run, that means he's going to play action also.
Play
Have
action.
people all open again.
Christian McCaffrey is not easy to stop.
But that's what they had to do. I think if you're going to win, you have to key on him.
Yeah.
Because he's the key to the whole thing.
Yep, you have
So
to
many
stop him
weapons.
with the. If you're front four, if you can stop him, even with five guys along the line, if you can contain him, leave a linebacker or two to drop, you got a chance.
And they got so many, and they got the scheme along with the weapons.
Yeah.
And what we got?
They shouldn't be fooled. That's one thing about this game. Nobody should be surprised. They run the same thing.
Yeah.
They run the same thing. So San Francisco and Green Bay, both defenses should have seen all these plays in practice for the last how many years.
But that's the thing. I don't know if Green Bay.
But you seeing them in practice ain't the same as seeing Debo Samuel.
Trent Williams. And seeing
seeing
Trent
Christian
Williams blocking you too
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah, it becomes different when it's Debo running a route,
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey running the rock.
Exactly.
Those games are interesting. Sunday we have in the AFC Buffalo, Kansas City.
That's the last game. What's the first?
So that's like the black exploitation.
That's gonna be the
films,
one. The
Freddy's
black, that's the
Revenge.
one. That's the one. They
That's
saved
the one.
They saved the one for last.
That's
The
Josh
Bucks
Allen's
Lions.
revenge.
Yeah, the Bucks Lions is the first one now.
Give me the Lions all day.
And why you say that?
Physical. The Bucks don't like to be hit. They like to be the bully. They don't like to be punched in the face. So if you can out physical them.
There's a story out of that, no matter who wins though. Lions, NFC Championship. Not since what? 97?
No,
93?
The last NFC Championship was the 91 season.
91.
Yeah,
They lost to Washington, yep.
That's 32, right? 32 years?
They got smacked.
And then Tampa Bay going to if Tampa Bay goes to the NFC Championship, they have to redo the argument about how Brady left for Tampa Bay.
That's true. They do.
Come on, man.
That's true.
Come on.
And you have to re-talk about their coach.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Even now, I'm starting to rethink. I mean, you got to give these dudes credit.
Anybody could have left and went. It was the first quarterback that Tampa Bay was going to win.
Yeah.
He just happened to be the one.
That's a good point. You got to give Baker credit. I still don't think Baker is that much above average, but I got to give him his credit. He held it down.
He at least average.
Yeah, but he held it down.
But what he has an above average heart, though. You got to give him that.
That's what. Yes,
he goes hard.
He goes hard. He holds it down.
He wanted, you've seen them people when we was in high school, like you extra. But it was the reason why they were extra because they was trying to make the team too. Like,
right,
you doing too much, man. Calm down.
The dudes in practice, you like, hey, man.
You're right, right. That's your boy. That's your boy at quarterback.
Yeah, it's like give me.
He's like, why you throwing this so hard, man? Calm down, man. That's how Mike Evans was. That's why he keeps on dropping. It's like, man, okay, now I know you can get it to me. Stop throwing this so hard.
Stop throwing it. Or the dudes, you got a red jersey on and somebody still want to tackle you. It's like, I'm going to touch you up after practice if you hit me again and I got this, and you see me with this red jersey on. We're going to talk after
They'll respect him after this week. If he wins, they'll stop tackling him in practice.
I'll give him his credit, though, for being... his skill level to me is still... but it's
something there.
Yeah,
it's something there. Like, I get what you're saying, though.
Well, for one thing... It's an insert quarterback offense when you got those two wideouts on the outside. That's
what we know now, right?
It's an insert whoever. Jameis Winston led the league in passing.
Mm-hmm. Jameis Winston is the a 50-50 ball guy. Mm-hmm. And that's where it lies to everybody. Instead of just being like, here, Mike, I'm going to throw all the 50-50 to you and try to pinpoint everybody else. I'm throwing, the ball's up. You try to catch it, and that's where the interceptions come from.
Right.
And you when you try to tame him, he's a horrible quarterback.
He plays 500.
Just let him.
In the backyard.
Just let him just go back there. Yeah, just go ahead. Just let him go do what he do, man.
Do what he do. You throw it up and call him.
That's what the Chargers quarterback is.
Yeah.
And Elite Jones, 50-50 ball.
They don't see it that way. They love him no matter what he do.
Who? The Chargers quarterback.
Yeah. No matter what he do.
I'm still not sold on him, but I'm not writing him off. He just reminds me a lot of Jeff George, like that arm, the yards, the arm. But it's just like the same thing with Jeff George. It's like, hey, there's something missing here.
I think you get spoiled. And it changes the game having a 6'5". If you start off in the year, come in the league with a 6'5" receiver that can jump. Because you throw the ball and you expect them to catch it, and then you end up with some Ty Hilton, some Hiltons, and all the little ones coming around, and you can't throw it to them.
Now you got to throw them.
Because you can't throw 50. Because they can't catch the 50-50 ball. They're not a 50-50 ball type of person.
And them kind of receivers are like, I'm open, throw it here, and I'm going to get you a touchdown. Right. Don't just throw it up to the area code. That game is going to be, I don't want to make my pick yet, but I think Detroit is going to have something to say about that. Just that run game is so physical.
They are physical.
They're physical in that run game, man. And then Buffalo, KC, something is telling me KC is not dead. Buffalo should win this game.
I think the game is going to be really, really good.
I
had to watch the whole one of that one.
It might come down to the last possession again. It's something telling me.
It's going to be exciting.
Defense, just going based off last year, they ain't got DeMar. They ain't got Miller. Who else? I think they're missing somebody else.
They're linebackers. Matt Milano.
Milano.
The guy in 43, the linebacker last week got hurt. Yeah. So they're deficient. I don't want my linebackers out when I'm playing against Travis Kelce. That's not my favorite.
Right.
But their safeties are healthy. Jordan Poyer.
And that's why probably going to have to guard
Both
him.
safeties are healthy.
That's what's going to have to guard him, man.
Yeah, so that's a good thing.
He's going to be taller than him. That's the thing.
But them linebackers are needed against Travis Kelce.
The double.
Yeah, but that's what they want. Get your safeties involved a little more, and we're gonna hit you up over the top. Because Valdez Scantling can still get on top of you.
What's the weather gonna be like there?
He might drop a few, but he can get up.
He definitely
He might drop a few. It's gonna be like it is in this garage.
Oh, he caught some.
That's what the weather's gonna be.
What is it? 46, 47.
In this garage right now, it is 12 degrees.
If we're gonna touch on the Stephen A. Smith, Whitlock
Go ahead,
Field,
and then we'll get into power. Go ahead.
what you know about it? What you know about it, Professor? You had a chance to watch all the videos and
I didn't. I'll say this. I said the same thing about Cat Williams.
Black on black crime.
It's not. It's black on black to the point where is that the only way we can come up?
But Whitlock is doing this though, because Whitlock is trying to come up.
That's
like what you talking about.
Is that the only way to come up for black people and go viral or is by bringing down somebody else black, like Cat Williams did.
I'm gonna tell you the math.
And Whitlock has made a living off of that. Right. That's all he does.
He came on and said that's what he do.
That's all he does.
Here's the math. I talk about somebody's wife, right? I'm not on YouTube no more. You don't ever see me again because they started something like he sexually harassed me with the words or whatever. Whatever he said was wrong, and they take you off YouTube. You talk about somebody black. Everything's good. They love it. Even black people, they programmed us for that. VH1 is full of black programs. Well, all they do is argue. All we can do is argue with each other.
Love and hip hop and all that.
Love and hip hop.
That's true.
All those.
But why do we eat it up so much?
I don't.
That's the thing. I have no answer.
About it, I can't lie. I haven't enjoyed a couple programs like that.
But here's the thing. But you've enjoyed other type of programming too. That's not all you enjoy.
Yeah.
But why is it that there's some of us that's what we love? Cat Williams, that went crazy. Stephen A. Smith, I'll give Stephen A. some slack because Whitlock is that irritating that you will just at some point go off on that man.
But that's exactly what he wanted, man.
Yeah,
he was supposed to play that all like, man, come on, man. You gonna listen to it?
That's
come
true,
on, man. Come on. That's all I would have said. And I'm moving on, man. You don't even really have you just point like, let's go.
Like that's him.
This dude.
But I think he was gassed up off of the Cat Williams because Cat Williams is on Shannon Sharp's, which does the show with Stephen A. So Stephen A. that might have put the battery in his back.
ABC might have told him to go ahead and do it for no one else.
That's true
because
they saw.
How many times can you go to your boss and be like, "Hey, look, about to murder this guy. We good. This is the only time I'm murder somebody."
Because my boss would say, "Are you in elementary school? Or what are you doing?"
I'm about to cut somebody out on what's called. Don't worry about it. It's only one time. No, ABC was with that. Like, hey, try to get you 1 million views, just like Shannon.
That's what Fox did. Try to do that.
So you know how ABC is. They let Shannon take over that show. They changed so quick with the win. That's some stuff Stephen A. ain't ready for.
But if you cut through the racial profile of their situation or whatnot, what I still haven't been able to figure out is Stephen A. is the face of ESPN and the highest rated prognosticator, however you want to say it. Whitlock was saying he don't really know nothing about sports. Take that for what you want. But this whole thing about Stephen A., all these different scenarios about his college career, nobody gave nothing about it. Stephen A. keeps bringing it up, and it's all these different scenarios. You know what you did in high school. Mm-hmm. You know what you did in high school. I know what I did in high school, and that's what it is. But if I say, oh yeah, we played TV, played against Maple. and I scored 2 touchdowns on and you watch the thing like, no, you didn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm
gonna tell you about
Stephen
that.
A's are usually when he's talking about his athletic stuff, he's kind of making fun of himself, tongue in cheek.
But it's true.
Even if it's not true, it's like Stephen Smith is never saying I was the coldest. He's saying I got lucky. I did this. I had 1 point my whole. You know what I'm saying?
If you never seen all the video, I've seen most of the videos. He's saying what that's what I used to think. But on one interview, they showed him had on ESPN Live. I got 1.5 points. I averaged 1.5 points my senior year. Mm-hmm. Then he goes in there. He said, "What y'all gonna tell you? I only played one game. But you can't average 1.5 points playing one game." Mm-hmm. Then on his podcast, he was like, "You know what? I didn't average 1.5 points. It was less because I never played." But then they show a stat sheet with him on there playing 45 minutes and going 5 for 25 for this many points. You know, which one is it? How's it all these different things on there? The one thing he did do, and I was like, man, this is crazy because my friend in D.C., he got a lot of pictures. He said him and Stephen A. are about the same age. We about almost the same age as them. He said, I got pictures with the guys I played with at clubs. I got pictures of me blocking against guys that end up going to the pros.
He played.
Only thing you ever seen.
But he played.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
He said, only thing I've seen with Stephen A. is the Wilt Chamberlain picture of him sitting on the thing. Talking about how he got a scholarship. He said, then he went through the whole thing about how you go to an open gym in the middle of the season with a school that's fighting for scholarships to give scholarships away. You go there, you hit 17 threes in a row. He gets a scholarship. You never play. Then he went through this and that. Okay, that's whatever it is. But on Stephen A.'s podcast, he went and he was so profoundly adamant about it. He broke his kneecap in half. He went to Wake Forest to get a surgery. They put a 6-inch screw in his knee and it's still there. So Whitlock Brown got a 6-inch screw. 6 screws about this big. He said, nobody walks around with this in their knee. Period. First of all, you know what I'm saying? He said, you still got this, maybe a 6-centimeter screw or whatever. He said he got a 6-inch screw. It's just too
big. When it's going in your knee, it looks 6 inches.
It's sick. But and the bottom line is what I'm saying is, and what we got to understand, Stephen A. Smith tells these stories making fun of himself, but he never said he was live.
No, see, that's the thing.
Whitlock has made a life on downing other black people. Stephen Smith doesn't. So who cares I don't care about if Stephen A. Smith really made 2 threes and paid to go to college versus making 17 because it's just him. Stephen A. Smith is not coming out lying about other people. He's not leading the charge saying that black guys are still too dumb to play quarterback. He's not saying that, why would Lamar Jackson not run in the combine? Like, that's the kind of stuff, like, only an idiot. Jason Whitlock had to be an idiot to have that take. Why in the hell would Lamar Jackson run at the combine? Did anybody in the world have any doubt that the man could run?
Right.
So why would he run at the combine?
Right. But the whole thing, the whole picture of that is that this man is the face of that particular industry. But his backstory is
he does. So what? Has he lied about it? Here's the thing: Stephen A. Smith covers sports. Do we have records of where Stephen A. Smith dangerously said stuff or made up stuff about people who are involved in sports? Not him playing a pickup basketball game in February in 1987. Whitlock, I'm saying we have examples where this dude is supposed to cover sports and he doesn't. All he does is try to come out with negative things about black people.
He gets messy.
So to Whitlock, I would say, okay, put all that aside, whatever Stephen Smith said about himself, and let's say he's lying, he's trying to make his book sound better. So what? Let's talk about what you guys both do in the industry you're in and how dangerous what he does is. And how terrible he makes his own black people look.
That's in the air. But getting back to what Whitlock was saying, and I'm putting it out there as like, how does the face of that industry, what you just said, he doesn't do a lot of this. How does he keep bringing up all these different things about his college career? Like you said, nobody cares about anyway.
He's making fun of himself.
He's not.
Has he ever said he was live in college?
I tell you what. He was on. It was a podcast I've never heard of before, and he was on there. He was saying, I knew I was good. I tell you what else he said. He said, I knew I was good, but I in Division 2, I didn't think I was pro material, but I knew I could ball. In the same breath, in that same little interview, he was saying that where he grew up at, the most dangerous drug dealer lived right across the street. And he knew, and the drug dealer told everybody on the street, don't mess with this man. You know what I'm saying? He got a future. He don't touch him, this and that. Now, he said in high school he was 5'9", 130. And he had dyslexia. He got held back from school. So Whitlock was saying, like, okay, this is true. You telling me the drug dealer across the street from you seen a 5'9", 130-pound kid shooting up shots all day.
He didn't say that.
He got held back.
Look out for him. He didn't say this is an athlete. Just look out for him.
No. He said, don't touch him. He's special. Don't touch him.
You're in the hood.
Don't touch him. He said, matter of fact, if I see you on this corner, I'm going to beat the living crap out of you. If I ever see you get back in the snack.
But they didn't say special because of sports,
But if he was lying, here's what I'm saying. We can point out things about Whitlock and say, I don't mess with that dude because of that. What I'm saying about the Stephen A. Smith, I don't care if the dude is lying about his life to get publicity and make us laugh.
You said he grabbed him in the bucket. He over there trying to drag Stephen A. down to where he's at.
Whitlock is trying to drag Stephen A. down to where he's at, but at the same time, what has he said negatively that Stephen A. has done that didn't involve Stephen A.? That's what I'm asking.
Now we going all the way to the Trump era. Like the Trump people will say, I don't care what he did. He touched some lady's neck.
But he never said Stephen A. did something like that. Because if you touch the lady, that involves that lady.
But it's only on him. That didn't do his politics.
No. But he touched a lady. I'm saying, did Stephen A. do something to somebody else, or did he just lie to us about how good he was in basketball?
I ain't saying he lied or not. I'm just saying discrepancies.
I'm saying
from out his whole mouth.
He lied.
It's like this is crazy.
The only reason I know he lied because it'd be one person, his nigga or some shit.
Somebody,
he we used to hoop. He ain't make it what's called, but we would be in the wreck. Somebody would say something.
Professor, they retired his jersey. HBCU week.
Yeah,
they went down there
and
they was, I'm thinking Stephen A. was like 6'6". Stephen A. 6'1". He towering over these guys that's in the program listed as 6 foot, 6'2". He towering over them. They was putting like, what? Hold on, who's these people? None of them is in the program. And I'm like, it just, the discrepancies is crazy for no reason. I don't understand none of that. It's just so many discrepancies for no reason. But you're right. He didn't bash other people except for Kwame Brown. Call him, what is that? Stephen A. did say this. He said, I was good.
Bust, right?
Basketball related.
And he said, I was trash compared to greatness. But I was a good basketball player. And I understand that. You know what I mean? But compared to greatness, I was trash.
Yeah, Kwame Brown was not good in the NBA. But Kwame Brown in most people's town would be the best athlete to have ever lived there.
I can say this about Kwame Brown.
Exactly.
You know how long he played in the league so long. So I mean, he was doing something right. He just in the eyes that we expected him to be
because he was the first
coldest, right. So Shane, if he came in at the 30th pick in the second round,
nobody would say
it'd be Kwame Brown.
Kwame Brown,
13-year veteran.
Oh, this dude did his
thing. He could ball. Yeah, he did ball.
I remember him.
He was the number 1 pick.
And he didn't live up to
so we he's the most horrible, and that's what he's saying too, right? Yeah, he's a bust.
But a bust doesn't mean that you a scrub.
He's a homo bust, and I played 13 years
because you weren't.
And he has one championship. He got one championship.
Right. He got one.
That's the one thing about Steve A.
The thing I would say, the reason I would say Kwame Brown is a bust is a bust and a scrub are two different. A bust because you didn't live up to being number one overall,
right?
Yeah.
Like you said, if Kwame Brown had
been people don't equate. They combine them. They don't combine.
Right. If Kwame Brown was picked at the end of the first round we'd be like, "Oh, this dude made a real nice career."
Cold career, yeah.
Yeah. So,
when do you know his name?
but Stephen A. even
We wouldn't
said
know his.
that.
We
He
wouldn't.
went on TV.
Well, you wouldn't know his name. The average Joe wouldn't.
Right,
know his name.
right.
Only basketball fans would know.
Kwame, but yeah,
And he probably would have played much better because all the weight was on him in the first couple of years.
Exactly.
He didn't ball. He might have played much better if he was the 30th
Jordan
pick.
didn't help.
No, Jordan.
Which Kwame Brown never. I didn't see any of them videos of him going after Jordan. Which that's another topic. He went after everybody that told the truth about him and that lied about him.
But he insinuated, but he didn't name.
Okay.
He didn't name Jordan.
He should have.
But
He
you-
should have punched Jordan in his mouth back then.
I mean, that could have happened.
could've
You would never heard. We really would never heard from him. What happened? No on pick.
Listen, if Kwame Brown is watching this, don't punch Michael Jordan. I'm glad you didn't because you got your bread.
Hey, Mike, I want all the joint, baby. Don't listen to my man. I got your back, baby.
Kwame Brown was smarter than.
Hey, speaking of which, Bill Cartwright doing one of the practices. He told Mike, he said,
Yes.
"Hey, if you ever talk to me like that again,
Grown man. Yeah, grown man.
Yo, grown man, you ever talk to
You
me
might
like
got
that
to
again,
respect that, though.
I would do this to you. You know
I
what
gotta
I'm saying?
respect that grown man, but yeah. That would have been tragic if Kwame Brown would have punched him at 18.
Yeah, that would have been
He
in
would
his
have been
life.
kicked out of the
Oh,
league.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just my feelings on the whole.
He be bagging your groceries. He be them long arms come out of nowhere. He just came around the corner. Them long arms.
I feel you on the Stephen A. thing. I'm just saying, in comparison to Whitlock, the stuff Whitlock says is destructive. And it's evil. It comes from a bad place.
And he think he's bringing some type of truth to the industry or whatever.
Stephen A. lying about himself. We know he's lying.
I never say he's lying.
I'm
said
saying he lying.
the discrepancies is exciting to me. Like, how
is that possible?
All the 9 things can't be the same.
I want no more of that. I'm sitting here drinking it.
All of them can't be the same, man.
Maybe.
He said, no, man. That's crazy. The way you said no was crazy. Look, power of mine.
Oh, my goodness. My goodness.
What's going on?
And you enjoy Power?
I love it.
You enjoy Power, right? Ain't that black people bring black people
That's what I was just about to say. Why'd you beat me to it? I was just about to say that.
You like that messiness, but this ancillary messiness you don't like.
Not messiness, but it's fiction. But it
That's
is.
true.
And it's kind of into gangster stuff because gangsters don't hurt the public or anything. So we respect gangsters.
But there is black positivity out there too.
Yeah.
So I'm saying we can have both. Just like we can have Godfather and we can have
New Jack City.
My Best Friend's Wedding.
Okay.
I'm saying for like Italians. You can have both.
Yeah.
But if everything
that's what
that you perpetuate, and that's what I'm saying, like he said about VH1, how much positivity do they have?
Right.
But no, you're right. Like Power, but they put everybody in a bad light. But it's
Everybody
it's a gangster show.
They showing a lifestyle that exists.
But it's a gangster show, but they're not portraying themselves as something positive.
Yeah.
With
off the rip. Yeah, off the rip.
Off the rip, it's like these people are all
so you know
horrible.
something's gonna happen.
Right. And that's the difference. They're portraying it as negative. But no, good point.
Gotcha.
Right, because the drama would be the everyday housewife getting and like, what's going on? You know.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be people that.
Yeah, squares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, Kane is acting a fool.
Kane is.
I gotta say something about Kane, man.
I think Ronnie's scared of Kane, but go ahead. We're gonna
I
see
think
the
he's
transition.
I see something, but only his cousin knows it's fake. See, his cousin, when you see how his eyes change when you're like, you're just a little boy, man. And she's ill. I already see now. I'm starting to see
how she was.
Yeah, because she was talking to all the gangsters too crazy, like, and they didn't say nothing to her.
No.
Power was deep, man.
It's deep. This episode, I hope they don't kill Famous.
Oh, Famous gotta go. If he ain't got a record, if it ain't a record out, then
He needs to move out with his sister in Cali.
Oh, yeah, she did dip.
She dipped. He needs to dip.
She dipped with the record exec, right?
Then he got killed. That shit was crazy, man. Ronnie is crazy.
Our girl trying to kiss on him. He said that he's different. He over there like. I'm like, whoa. Yeah.
I think he's starting to, like, Kanan is starting to get less scared of him.
I think he doesn't know, so that's why he acts away. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
He don't know he gets killed. He killed Unique, his own brother. He don't know that he can kill anybody at any time. So, he don't know these things.
How old is Kanan? Supposed to be in the show.
17, 18.
That's 17.
High school age?
He's still in high school.
He's still in high school.
He's still going to high school, yeah.
So it's like 1993. So he's about my age, maybe a year younger than I am in real life. I definitely was not allowed to sell dope in high school.
Y'all definitely went to different types of high school.
I was not allowed.
You could stay in your own apartment and sell dope?
No, I was not allowed to have my own apartment and or sell dope at 17, 18.
Yeah, he's showing up like, I don't like you, Ma. And just walked out. Like, Famous, where you at? Like, both of them got kicked out.
Yeah, Famous came back.
Famous was like, Ma, I'm sorry. Who knows? Famous might be turn into a shooter.
He might. He already shot one person. He might shoot Ronnie.
He might turn into a shooter.
Spoiler alert, Famous might shoot Ronnie.
Yeah. Somebody got to get Ronnie. Ronnie going around crazy, man.
It's going to be Famous or Kanan. Because Kanan isn't, because you heard Kanan tell him.
We know he grew up to be, so he can't die. So
yeah. And you know
until the other two come in, anybody else can die. Except him.
The other two.
The other two come in, when they show them, if they come in,
yeah.
Then they can't die, but that's gonna be loud too when they come in.
But it was crazy when Ronnie said, "You want me to talk to her?" Because remember when Jukebox was talking crazy to Kanan, Ronnie said, "You want me to?" And he said, "Don't ever talk to my cousin." So Ronnie
he said,
don't
family,
like Kanan's
family
mom.
and me. He said, family and you. We're two different things.
And that's gonna happen. So I think he's gonna end up killing either Famous or Kanan is gonna kill Ronnie because Ronnie gonna go after his mom.
He gonna kill Unique's baby mama too. I know he gonna kill her.
He is.
He is scary. To be so hard, he's scary to mother. Okay, he's scared. Like, you gonna kill everybody just because when the girl said the girl, he wanted what did Unique say to her? He didn't call her a bitch or something.
You're right.
I mean, come on, man. She wanted them dead. And here come the brother, man. He trying to give you a little bread. Hey, man, you can work this spot.
Crazy.
He want all the bricks.
Yeah, I love it. But yeah, that was a good point, though. That is
black on black crime.
Negative portrayal.
Yeah.
But like I said, do we have black fiction shows like that Abbott Elementary that shows teachers and
yeah, we do.
Shows like that? You gotta. I think you gotta. It's real life,
Abbott Elementary is actually good.
But it's.
You watch it?
Hell yeah.
I watched that show though too.
But I just don't like when we try to say this is real life, and everything real life is bad.
Mm-hmm. The entertainment value of them arguing is off the roof. It's like VH1.
It is. But it's like with all of them, though. It's not even... I can't even say it's the black shows, because it's all of them. It's all the reality shows. Going back to the Real World, the Kardashians.
Messy sells.
Messy sells.
Messy sells.
Messy does sell.
Any last words on Power?
Ronnie is going to get killed by either Kanan or Famous. Or he might kill Famous and Kanan going to snap on him. But that's how Kanan is going to become Kanan. He's going to take Ronnie out.
I think Ronnie taught him to be even more vicious. Mm-hmm. And then maybe he took him out.
How y'all feel about the prequels on the whole? Because you already seen Ghost and the original. So when they do the prequels, how y'all like that? Cause you can
Only one of them was prequel. The other two is after.
Kanan is a prequel, ain't it?
That's the only one. The other two are after par.
Yeah. Kanan's the prequel. The other two are sequels. But I think Ghost is going to end up being in Kanan. Like a young Ghost and a young Tommy are going to end up being on that show.
The other one, Tommy went one way, and that's the one. And then old boy had to go to school to get the money, and that's the other one. And then they have a prequel.
Yeah, but Kanan is just like Tariq.
They are
a lot like Tariq as a young Kanan.
Yeah.
Abbott Elementary, though, that is coming back in a couple. Do you watch that show?
I ain't seen it yet.
Oh man, I know you watch it.
Yeah, I watch it.
That show is hilarious.
It is.
You gotta watch it.
It is.
That's your homework. Oakwood Crew. That is your homework.
I'm concerned.
Black show. It's a black show. You got to do some homework.
And it's like everybody too. It's just a funny show.
2 months. This cold 2 months in northeastern region of the United States.
Yeah.
It's playoff NFL and college basketball. And that's it. That's it.
I get that.
But your homework is to watch Abbott Elementary. How
Watch
good
that in the summer when they know do. Young City, what you got over there with the COVID?
Nothing there. What's your
You still sad about the Browns?
No, I know we'll be there next year, so we'll be good.
Already? I think you're gonna be there, man.
That's the standard now.
0-17. They gotta be the first.
Oh wow.
They gotta be the first to go 0-17.
Dang.
No, I'm just
That's
messing.
extra. That was extra hate.
He ordered it. It's like extra cheese on the pizza, man.
Extra.
Hey, because Pittsburgh, what y'all gonna do? Besides, we go 9-8.
They talking about Justin Fields.
They didn't go 9-8 this year.
Y'all gonna win. I know you're gonna win, but
they went 9-8 one time.
I know you're gonna win. The farthest I can go is 9-8. I can't go below that because I know y'all gonna win every
They gotta
time.
get some talent.
And quarterback, you're gonna have a quarterback after
And some linebackers.
after everything moves around.
Gotta have a quarterback,
You got
linebacker.
Mason Rudolph.
You got no linebackers. You got no the offensive line. I'll say this about Cowher though. I mean, not Cowher. I'll say this about Mike Tomlin.
I know you don't.
I lived through 3 in my lifetime. I'll be 50 in April. I've only seen 3 coaches for Pittsburgh. I've seen Chuck Noll, rest in peace, one of the greatest coaches of all time. But I've seen him have some terrible years, embarrassing years. Right, 1985, 1986, 88. I've seen Bill Cowher have some terrible, embarrassing years.
What years was those?
2003 when they were 6-10. 1998, 1999. Haven't seen that from Tomlin.
No,
I'll tell him that I have not. He has not been embarrassing.
No.
So that's the one thing I'll give Mike Tomlin. And hey,
for a while, Tennessee. I forgot to coach Tennessee a couple years ago.
Jeff Fisher.
Yeah, he was 8-8 every year,
But
or
Jeff
9-7.
Fisher, the difference though, Jeff Fisher coached 17 years. Jeff Fisher only had 6 winning seasons.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, I'm on the record alone.
Yeah.
How you're doing it is incredible. Because even it was hard. The reason he didn't get fired is because he kept on being. That's the hope for him.
But he was.
But you won a Super Bowl. So if he had won the Super Bowl, I'd give him more.
But he was only. That's a lot of years to only have 6 winning. Mike Tomlin, in 17 years, he has 14 winning seasons, and he went 500.
You had 1 losing season and 6 winning. He could do everything with 8-8.
But Mike Tomlin had 14.
No, I'm talking
seasons.
about Jeff Fisher.
But Jeff Fisher only had 6 winning seasons.
Yeah,
He was under 500 like 6 times.
But he was at 507 times.
Yeah, but under 500.
1 in 6 years.
That's a lot of times. Like
that was 7 and 9 though.
That's a lot.
But those are line, my dude.
Yeah.
They right there. You can't stand there.
He was the average Jeff. They never. They took a lot of lumps. That's what I'm saying. Mike Tomlin hasn't taken those lumps that Jeff Fisher took.
Yeah.
He dragged that team to the playoffs, though.
He did.
That's amazing.
And they stayed pushing, man.
But they stay right here. Like I
You
said
need that
when we
quarterback.
first started, they stay right here for the last 50 years.
You need Big Ben.
Sometimes they win, sometimes, but they stay right there.
Big Ben the first 10 years, you need another one.
Yeah.
Another 10 years of a Big Ben, you be right back where you at.
Sometimes they always stay right there. Sometimes they go up, but they don't ever try to make that shit happen. They just, we cool being here, and then once in a while we'll win.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see. But
Now it's time for the picks, man.
Let's go. Count them out.
You got to pull it up.
Ravens, Texans.
Ravens, Texans.
I'm going Baltimore.
Because of the weather, I got to go to Baltimore.
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 Okay.
49ers, Packers.
I'm going Packers.
Wow.
I'm going Packers.
Wow.
And they might lose by 50, but I'm going Packers.
I'm going San Fran in the over. San Fran.
And no.
Ain't over.
And the over.
I'm going San Fran.
I'm going San Fran. Buccaneers, Lions.
Detroit.
Physicality. I don't see the Buccaneers receivers running butt naked no more. So Detroit.
Bucks.
Detroit. Bills, Lions.
Bills who?
Bills, Chiefs, sorry.
Ooh.
Hold on. Go to the other game first.
Yeah,
Those
I'm
four games.
thinking.
That's the fourth
That
game.
was the
This is
third
the
one.
last game.
This is the last game.
Yeah. I'm going. I gotta go Bills Mafia. I think they're on the. I gotta go Bills Mafia. I call for their decline, but just so the people in Buffalo don't kill me, I'm going Bills Mafia.
Here's the insight. The Bills drives. In a football game, you only have so many drives. Okay? College, you got a certain amount. Pros, you got a certain amount. Same way with basketball, so many possessions. Bills drives, when they don't score in real time, it's like 3 minutes. It's so fast. It's over so fast. Where KC at least will get a couple first downs, even if ain't nothing happening. I want to see the Bills. I want to see the Bills win and see what happened the week after that. KC on the road, Bills. I gotta go Bills. They just can't have them. They can't have them little 3-and-out drives. They're over so fast. Like
I want to say Bills so much though, and I feel you. I want to say it, man.
It's hard though.
But I can't. But I ain't never seen them lose. I gotta go KC.
KC never been on the road.
Patrick Mahomes never been in Buffalo with fans, so there's that. You know, the third time's a charm for Josh Allen. You know, it's time for him to get his win. So I get the Bills.
And with that said, that last game, how much you think the pressure, how much you think the imaginary pressure the Bills is facing instead of just playing football, that they'll try to do too much all the time? That's the one thing about Josh, is he tries to do too much
They got to get up
too
early.
often.
They need like a couple breaks early to where they get up.
That KC defense, boy, is
So they
toughest.
need like some breaks, like a fumble, a pick. They need a couple.
They need something. Right?
Something to go right.
They need a 3-and-out or just 3-and-outs.
Yeah, man. KC's defense is.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I mean, I don't see the defense being special.
The last
Patrick
7, I think
Mahomes
they were
is
number
special.
one. No, for the last 7 weeks of the season,
Yeah.
they were the number one defense.
That's going against the AFC West.
Whoever they were playing,
we can get a team together to do that.
No, I feel them because they were playing against Stick and Denver's backup quarterback.
Yeah.
I feel him.
Yeah.
See
Raiders.
now,
That's what them handicappers always know, that inside information.
You want to know the last team they played here?
last 17.
The last.
Crew, one of them handicappers. He always has that inside
I
stuff.
got to have a reason. If it ain't no reason, the
They
Bills.
were number 2 or 3 even before
Yeah,
that.
they
Though.
were.
Before that, so I'm just saying they moved to
The
number.
Bills
1.
last 7 games. The Chargers last week didn't matter. Bengals week before. They lost to the Raiders. They beat the Patriots. They lost to the Bills. They lost to the Packers. And they beat the Raiders. So,
But they didn't give up anything to any of them teams except the.
well, they gave up. They
Except
gave up.
the
They
Bills.
lost to the Raiders.
The Raiders they gave up.
They gave up 31.
No, remember they had all them turnovers.
The Chiefs lost to the Raiders. They
Oh,
gave up
turnover.
31.
Yeah, because
Right.
it was the offense.
Yeah,
They gave it up.
defensive-
Yeah.
The Packers, they lost to them. They gave up 27.
Mhm.
The Bills, they lost to them. 20.
Mhm.
They beat the Patriots 17. They beat the Raiders 15.
20.
Pick sixes, two touchdowns on defense.
So with them being the best defense the last half, I mean,
But the offense gave up a lot of those points in some of those games.
that's gonna be it's gonna make for a nice weekend. Makes for a nice weekend.
All right, well that's it from the garage. We'll see you guys next week more often
More
because the
often.
weather will permit.
And we out.